They have released the dog. I'm Lil Rick the gamer, do it 100% gamer, bro. If no one else working hard, I would do it for the gamer. Can't contain my flow. I need to play a game for sure. Maybe RTS, RPG, or maybe even MMO.
Howdy, and welcome back to another video for Crystalborne Heroes of Fate. Now I need you to hit those like and subscribe buttons as I post content daily, people. Make sure you check us out on Discord. Link to that will be in the description box below, as well as the pinned comment below, the place where we hang and chat about the games we play. Alright, so I'm about to tell y'all right now. Gamer, tell them what you about to tell them. I'm about to tell y'all right now the best ways and practices that you should be implementing to farm in this game effectively, people. Effectively, whether you're playing free to play, casual spender. I guess not well, because if you're well, there's no reason to farm because you didn't farm Visa or MasterCard. You know, PayPal link is in the description if you want to help a brother out. Alright. So, we're going to talk a little bit about my team here. You see, this is my new little main team. My little main team with my baby Flair at the forefront. We done changed up the team a little bit. We still going around with the overall same strategy as a dot comp, and we did add in Maelstrom in here. He pairs well with Arano, and mostly I added because I wanted to do a second flare, because I figure if I go full burn, it would be better. At least I can have 2 stacks of burn, and Odette can really like go crazy off of that. Or once I get the second go around in my team rotation, Flare can kind of come off of Flare. But mostly I went with Maelstrom because of PvP. If I could just click on one real quick. PvP, due to the fact that I don't see him. Arano is kind of like meta. Okay, yep, here you go. In both teams here. He's kind of like meta because he was an easy character to buy for most people. Like, I bought my Arano, so I know a bunch of other people bought theirs. And he's pretty meta because he's a really strong character, too. And since he's blue, you know, blue beats red. And most of my team is red, at least in terms of damage. My team was mostly red, so that was kind of a problem for me. And it was like adding in another red to my team, having Flare, Odette, and Flare. It was like, maybe I should add something either green or blue, and I didn't really have much of options here for green, so to speak, because I just took Remedy out the team. I probably use her for some of my PvE content, but as far as PvP goes, I'm not so sure. And I was looking at my green options, and I'm like, man, I really don't have much of green options for DPS. So instead, I was like, you know what? Let me just use a blue, because I'd probably be better off utilizing another blue. And I was like, Maelstrom is perfect. I mean, I could have put Dirge right back in, but I'm like, no, I really don't want to use Dirge. Even though Dirge has some really insane DPS. I mean, his damage is crazy. Like, especially to not have like good gear on. Like, my Dirge gear is trash. This gear is trash. Like, I might need to take his weapon though. He Gucci, but like his gear's trash. His stats is really not superbly high or anything, but like he can definitely dish out some damage. So I might go back later on, rebuild him to see if I can get more damage out of him. But yeah, we still using our drone because this thing is really good, man. Once we got that energy defense down, it's just like we do kind of tend to do some damage. I would like to have Milikai because I believe he has energy defense up. I think it is. I know because I mean energy attack up, because I think having the attack up is better than having the defense down. At least in this game, because you're guaranteed to have the attack up. You're not guaranteed to get the defense down, and it's not like I have a lot of accuracy. Where's my stats? Can't find the stats. Here we go. It's not like I have a lot of accuracy on them, so that's a bit of an issue because I don't have a lot of accuracy. So that's one thing that I've been looking towards. I've spoken about the past, like the most effective way of farming silver. So we're going to just go here into our bounty board and go to our guild conquest bounties, because that's where we do a lot of our farming at, and then go to our silver one. I don't think it matters which one we click, but we click on the one that I normally go to, right? Is this it? Nope, that's not it. Like, why is my teams not showing up? I don't know. Alright, well, pretty much everything that's highlighted, this is my team right here. I did a lot of work, a good week of grinding infusions in order to get them ready and prepared to be able to go for higher stages. I'm gonna have to take them further into their infusions and put more emphasis on their levels to get them further, so they can be able to perform better for this in particular content. So I will be able to have more silver for my account, so it can grow a lot faster, because you need a lot of silver. So we're going to continue to build them, and then at some point, like, I'm gonna actually have to like really gear them decently enough to be able to combat, because it's gonna get harder. Like, the fights is gonna get harder as we go along and increase, but the benefits and the amount of silver to gain for it is going to be tremendous. So just making sure we utilize that and do this as best as we can possible is going to be beneficial for us in the long run. But that's the silver team in a nutshell. Somewhat similar. We've been messing around with teams for a little bit. I know eventually I'm gonna have to make one for salvage. I'm not sure about these here. I was attempting to mess around. I was messing around with the weapon one, because weapons are a little bit rare of items in here, and I don't have many of them. But today is weapon day for the gear bounty, so that's been kind of beneficial for me there. It's just to grind out the weapons here, because it's just better. Wait for the day to come up and then grind out on that day just to get the item that you're looking for, because we're not bound by any stipulations. We just bring in our regular team and just go to work. If anything, I need to put Remedy in my team just so I can have heals, or just bring one of my other healers, because if we look closely at my silver team, can I just click and it pulls up? Well, if we look closely at my silver team, we got two healers, I believe. Two healers in this team. This guy and then this thing right here. They both heal, so, and this thing look like he got some pretty good heals too, honestly. So that's something I can work towards and build on as I move forward. Now, one of the ones that I've been working on recently, as in I just did this probably about 30 minutes before even recording this video, is my experience farming team. So far this is all I have, because this is all I got to work with. We got to use, I guess, is that blue? What is it? Yeah, blue Oni. Yeah, so we can only use blue base characters for this, which is okay because we already had a few built. I just started building Yuri. I don't even think I got gear on him. I just have him leveled up, and I increased this infusion just because he's eventually going to be utilized for this team comp. And then we're going to need to work on some of our other blue units. We'll probably level up Ingrid and level up Serena as well. I mean, since we have them, mine as well. I completely forgot I do have Simon. I just never put any infusion into him because I never really used them or built them. Like, here's our regular Simon. So we can definitely do Simon first since we already have him sort of leveled. So we'll probably work on him as well and just do that for our blue. We can use any of our dirge because we do have 3 of them sort of built. So that's also an option, but I'll probably give myself some variety just to mess around with, so we can increase this so we can get more experience, because we're going to need a lot of that to level up our characters. This is one way, but I'm going to tell you guys the number one, the best way possible to grind experience for your characters, and it's not going in any campaign or any dumb stuff like that. Like the #1 way, and I literally found this out randomly, and it was I was just because I had about 500 of these hero summon normals, about 500 of them, and I was like, I need to just summon them and just sell the units from them, and I'm going to show you guys right now. We're gonna do like 10 pulls. So that's 1, 2, 3. Keep in mind, if you plan on keeping any of these units, make sure you lock them, save them, and this should be the last one. All right, so we're gonna go back, and I've already said exactly what you're gonna be doing here. You see, we filled up. We don't have any space left here. So what we're going to do here is filter off. We're going to take everything that's blue, green, and white below. We're going to sell all. We got 170 units that we're about to sell, and look at how much experience we get from here. Over 100,000 experience. Now granted, it's not a lot, and yes, you have to save up your stones, but you're going to get so many of them. Just let it build, let it stack, and eventually you get a bunch of them, and you get hundreds of thousands of experience, because it's going to cost a lot as well. And this is the best way, and this is something extra to add on to your normal experience farming while you're leveling your characters, because just doing it and get regular experience from just doing battles is horrible. You'll never level up anything that way. You have to spend experience to level up. So this is how you do it. So we're just gonna sell all of that, and then we got a bunch of experience because I need it anyway, so I can level up some stuff a little bit more. Because we've been leveling up a lot of our characters, a lot of our heroes been getting leveled up, and wanna progress and do better in that aspect. Now, also going back into like our bounty section, actually not even our bounties, because remember I said in a previous video that infusions is what you're going to really be mostly focusing around to build your characters, is doing the infusions, because in order to make your teams and to push your teams further, you got to have high infusion. In order to just grind and get the best out of your team, you got to have high infusion. In order to have the maximum amount of gear on your characters, you got to have high infusion. And you just got to work on the infusion. That is like the #1 and most important thing in this game when you're playing it, is your infusions. Like, I can't stress that enough, people. Like, your infusions is important, and getting them as high as possible is what you're going to need to do. So going along with that, we just click on Flare real quick and just go into her infusions. Like, you'll see that we need these materials, and then it gives us a list of things that we can do to get the materials. If we got extra currencies that we can use to buy them in the shop, we can buy them outright, or we could go about and click on it and go to one of the campaign stages, something that is doable, something that we can actually take care of. Because like, we got extreme, but we're not going to touch anything extreme because we're just not strong enough to do those. So I generally take on one of the hard stages, something that's not too hard. Like, this is 8-1 hard. I probably don't hit that one, even though I know we can do it. I probably don't hit that. I just don't want the chance of failing, because that's energy wasted. And we just go here. If it did it not take us there? Oh no, it did. It's still prompt on the screen for whatever reason. That's weird. That doesn't normally happen. So yep, it pulls it up, takes us to the stage where we can find it. Plus we get to get extra goods that we might need or want. Like, this is probably going to be useful. Some gear that we'll be able to sell, pieces of this dude that we end up being able to summon and use as skill ups, or even sell for that matter later on down the line, because we're starting to accumulate a lot of these throughout all of the characters that we have. And I'm getting so many duplicates, it's ridiculous. So like, I've been using a lot of them to skill up my characters, but we got like over 100 and something purple books too, so it's the only thing we really was missing is silver. And I mean, it might look like we got a lot of silver, but 10 million silver is not enough. I don't know, when it costs millions to like skill up and level up things once you get to a certain point. So yeah, that can be gone in a matter of seconds. But this is like some of the best farming practices that I know of so far. I'm going to keep testing out and figure things out as I go along. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and if you did, make sure you smash that like button. Let's talk about some things, man. Leave me some comments in the comment section below, some more stuff that you guys would like to see in the future, because I like to continue to making content for this game. I think it's getting better. I like to see more improvements for the game, but I'm going to stick around just to see what happens in the future. And if you don't like the video, you already know there's a button for you guys as well. Join us on Discord so we can talk more about the game and keep the discussion going a little longer. Link to that will be in the description box below, as well as the pinned comment below. And don't forget, if you're new here, to subscribe. Hit me with that subscribe, people. Turn those post notifications on so you can be the first to see my content when it goes live. And this is your host, Gamer Dude 2088, and I will see you next time. And I'm out. Deuces.